This week, as we look at the catechism question about the benefits that we receive at the resurrection, it takes us to 1 Corinthians 15, which is probably the greatest portion of Scripture in which Paul explains the resurrection. And one of the points he makes is that we will be sown into the ground at our death with one body, but a different body that is actually still the same will be raised. In other words, somehow it'll be our same body, but it will be glorified. It will be transformed. And Paul goes to great lengths, even using illustrations of seed, to try to help us understand that it'll be our body, but it'll be glorified. Think about Jesus. In his glorified body, immediately after the resurrection, people could touch him. They could touch the nail holes. They could touch his side. And yet he could also go through doors or go through walls. Now, I don't think we need to get caught up in all of the wild and crazy things we'll be able to do in heaven with glorified bodies. But it ought to captivate our imagination. And here again, this is where the Catechism encourages us to spend time reflecting on eternity. We can get so wrapped up in our own individual lives. We can get so wrapped up in the temporal and the material that sometimes we don't gaze into the mystery of the eternal in heaven. If you know Christ, we are destined for an eternity in a real place with a real Jesus, with other real believers, with glorified bodies. We'll be engaged in purposeful activity. There'll be no sweat, only joy, no sadness, only happiness. And we're to spend time reflecting upon that great long season of eternity. So spend some time this week getting out of the temporal, out of the material, and thinking about what awaits us in the New Jerusalem.